Hey now, what is up everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and I am here continuing my M. Night Shyamalan reviews with his second movie, Unbreakable. Unbreakable is a film that came out in the year 2000. It was written, produced, and directed by M. Night Shyamalan. And the plot is we meet David Dunn, played by Bruce Willis. With the very beginning, you see him on a train. He's married, but he's not really happy in his marriage. You see him trying to flirt and talk to the woman in the train next to him. But a really bad train accident happens. Like, everybody on the train dies, besides Bruce Willis. And he doesn't have a scratch on him. He doesn't understand how he survived it. The doctors don't know what's going on. And somebody else becomes aware of this. This is Elijah Price, played by Samuel L. Jackson, and he's trying to question him constantly throughout the movie, trying to say there is something up. There's a reason why this happened. There's a fate that you're destined for. You just need to face it. And so Bruce Willis goes through this whole movie trying to figure out, is this guy right? Or is he just crazy? Do I have a higher purpose in life? Am I basically a superhero? Now, what I think of Unbreakable is I love this movie. I do. I enjoy it oh so much. Just rewatching it now, I love how M. Night directs this movie, especially how he has some long camera takes, just one angle, going from room to room, or really focusing on characters talking to each other. It makes you really pay attention to the dialogue that's going on, and I think there is a lot of great dialogue here. I think Bruce Willis, this is one of his better acting performances. I always love Bruce Willis, and sometimes he can be over the top or jokey and stuff. This is just so straightforward, so serious, and you feel what he's going through, because at the beginning, sure, it makes it seem like he was ready to cheat on his wife, but you find out along the way that his wife, Audrey, played by Robin Wright, Janae, they've sort of been going through rough patches. And there's scenes of her trying to talk to him, and she even almost reluctantly asks him to try again and maybe go on a first date again to try to save their marriage. And you feel for her. You feel for their relationship. You want to see them work through whatever problems that they're going through. And their son, played by Spencer Clark, he plays Joseph. He's very young in this movie. Like, I've seen this actor when he was older in other stuff. But the scenes of him not only realizing that his parents are going through issues, but when he starts to realize that his father might be something more. That there's a reason why he didn't die in that accident. When Bruce Willis starts to figure out that he's never, ever been sick. Ever. And that there has to be something to that. The son goes through this moments of, oh, holy crap, my father is Superman, essentially. And you think it's cool. And you want to talk him up and show him off. And then there's other scenes where, like that one scene, if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. It involves a gun in the kitchen. So much tension in that scene. I think that's what M. Night, at least back then, knew how to create, was tension scenes and scenes that just made you really fear for what could happen and might happen. But Samuel L. Jackson is one of the most fascinating characters I think I've ever seen in a movie, where you see his birth and how his arms and legs were broken as a baby. And so you see flashbacks of him growing up as a teenager, and his bones are easily broken. He's very fragile. He's constantly breaking his limbs. And when he comes to find Bruce Willis, and that basically possibly Bruce Willis is the complete opposite of him, that he is unbreakable, he instantly connects to him, instantly wants to just, maybe he found his purpose in life. And you can't help but sympathize with a guy like that, especially when Bruce Willis talks about how he gets visions of certain people. If they've done bad things, he can see them. And there's one guy at the stadium he works at that he thinks has a gun. And Samuel Jackson chases this guy down, basically to find out if he really did have a gun. And seeing him go down the stairs, just something as simple as his character going down the stairs is high tension filled, and you're scared for the character. But Of course, I also love the comic book references and just how Jackson talks about how he grew up on comic books thanks to his mom, and just how much he attaches himself and relates to the comic book characters. I love seeing like the comic book scenes and how you see like, oh, those are actual real comic books, Spider-Man, Avengers, and whatnot. But I'm going to talk about it. I have to. It's an M. Night Shyamalan movie, so I have to talk about the twist ending. Spoiler alert, in case you haven't seen the movie. But when you find out, not only was the train crash, but there were like 2 or 3 other accidents where hundreds of people have died. And all of those accidents, Bruce Willis was the only person to survive. And he finds out that Samuel L. Jackson was behind all of it. That he rigged each and every single accident, killed all of those people because he was so desperate to find this guy if he did indeed exist. And it's haunting, it's chilling, it's scary to see that not only this character, Elijah, who was so sympathetic, you did try to relate to him and understand him and feel for him, that he could do something that cold, that ruthless. And it sucks to see, especially Bruce Willis's reaction to it when he finds that out. So not only is the twist that Elijah is indeed Mr. Glass, this villain, this arch villain, and he's aware that he's the villain, but also you kind of find out that you're watching a superhero origin story. This movie almost disguises itself and reveals itself by the end that it is a superhero movie when Bruce Willis puts on the raincoat that he and he chases down the guy who just broke into this house and has the kids hostage, and God knows what he's doing to the wife. And Bruce Willis goes in there and fights him off and saves these kids. Like, this is a superhero story, but it's done differently. It's smarter. I think it came out well before its time. If this movie came out now during the huge superhero craze that we're in, people would appreciate it more. People would be talking more about this. So guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think of Unbreakable? Do you like it? Do you love it? Obviously, I really enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!